As a warning against totalitarianism, English author George Orwell's 1949 novel 1984, also known as 1984, was published. Readers were deeply affected by the chilling dystopia, and his ideas made it into popular culture in a way that was unheard of in other works of literature. Many of the concepts in the book, like Big Brother and the Thought Police, are instantly understood and familiar, frequently serving as bywords for contemporary social and political abuses. The novel is set in Oceania, one of 3 totalitarian states that are constantly at war, in the year 1984. The other 2 are Eurasia and Eastasia. Oceania is ruled by the all-powerful party, which has brainwashed the populace into serving Big Brother without question. Newspeak is a propagandistic language that the party has developed with the intention of suppressing free speech and advancing its ideologies. Doublethink is present in its language, which is reflected in the slogans of the party. War is peace, freedom is slavery, and ignorance is strength. The thought police and ongoing monitoring are how the party keeps control. Winston Smith, a minor party official who lives in a London still devastated by a nuclear war that occurred shortly after World War II, is the book's protagonist. He is an outer party member, and the Ministry of Truth employs him to update historical accounts to reflect contemporary political viewpoints. However, Winston secretly rebels against the government out of a desire for the truth and decency. He begins an illicit relationship with Julia, a like-minded woman, and the 2 of them rent a room in a prole neighborhood, short for proletariats. Winston also develops a growing fascination with the Brotherhood, a dissident group. Winston and Julia don't realize they're being watched, though. There are numerous signs around the city warning people that Big Brother is watching you. The trap is set when O'Brien, a representative of the inner party who appears to be a covert Brotherhood member, approaches Winston. Winston and Julia are eventually apprehended and sent to the Ministry of Love for a violent re-education, where it is discovered that O'Brien is actually a spy for the party on the lookout for thought criminals. Winston is then imprisoned, tortured, and subjected to re-education in an effort to not only break him physically or make him submit, but also to destroy his independence, humanity, and dignity. Winston freaks out when a cage of rats is strapped to his head in room 101, where inmates are coerced into submission by being exposed to their worst nightmares. He exclaims, "Do it to Julia," and declares that he does not care what happens to his tormentors. Winston is set free as a result of this betrayal. Later, he runs into Julia, but neither of them are interested in the other. Winston, however, adores Big Brother. After contemplating the twin dangers of Nazism and Stalinism for years, Orwell wrote 1984 as a warning. Its portrayal of a nation where dissenting opinion is met with torture, where citizens are constantly under observation, and where political propaganda takes precedence over free speech and thought is a sobering reminder of the dangers of unaccountable governments. Winston is a representation of civilized values, and his defeat serves as a poignant reminder of how vulnerable these values are in the face of superpowers.